It's defeating your first game in charge, but can I get your overall assessment of the game first?
Yeah, I thought we handled the first 5-10 minutes well in terms of away from home. We put a lot of balls in the box. I thought we defended the set pieces well, etc. Things that we asked the lads to do. It probably wasn't as clean as we used to in terms of the possession. And you've got to give credit to Wycombe. They really stepped on, made it hard for us. And I think probably overall it was a little bit disjointed, which you'd expect. I'm not going to expect after 2 days that the lads absolutely get what we're trying to do. But I think the biggest thing for me is when I look at them, the work rate, the energy they put in, and the desire to keep going was really, really good. And I think that gives you hope. As I said, I said that to the lads, if you've got that work rate and that buy-in, that energy, we'll be fine, because the talent they've got and the way we play will always come through. But yeah, look, it's a tough place to come anytime. And I think the thing we've seen, for me personally, is I've seen that there's a group of lads there willing to do anything they can to help and work and help the club and me as well, which I thank them for. So look, it'd be nice to have created a bit more. We worked on the crossing and the zones and everything like that, but it's football's moments. We hit the bar when, from things we've worked on in terms of Harry getting around the back and that, hits the bar, doesn't quite happen, and then obviously you get punished on a second phase. So yeah, look, ideally we'd wanted the perfect start and the perfect performance, but that doesn't just happen. It comes from work and time and all the little things that we can get into the players. So, but all I can say is for the first 2 days, the players have been fantastic in terms of the reception and trying to understand what we're doing. And I know we'll get better from today.
Yeah, obviously it's a league fixture and we're hunting points, but ultimately I suppose it's almost like a training session for yourself, isn't it? Trying to get sort of your view on the lads in a game. Sort of, I suppose you can do it in the training ground, but you're sort of 11v11 against your own squad. So it's the first time you've probably been able to see the lads properly in a game. So is that going to be useful for yourself, do you think?
Yeah, definitely it'll be useful for the lads, because now we can review and explain what we're trying to do, and they can see it in real life, and they can see it and feel it on the pitch. And I think also we come in Thursday, which is a match day, sort of the recovery day after the game on Tuesday, and then Friday match day -1. So you can't do loads, but the lads thought their energy levels were excellent. So you can obviously tell there was no sort of legginess, I suppose, from that. But yeah, like game Tuesday in the cup, which then gives players who didn't play today an opportunity to impress, which is obviously good, and it gives us a couple of days to really assess the boys on the pitch, where we want to see them and their traits and their triggers, and it's going to take time for us to really understand the lads. But ultimately, from what I've seen for previously and what we've seen initially, I think we'll be absolutely fine. I think it's one of them ones where we just have to stay together and not get too low, because the result didn't go our way. And same sense that when we do get it right and we do hopefully start building and kicking on, we don't get too high and get carried away either. But yeah, other than that, it's the first game, loads to assess, and we'll take it from there.
You can tell a lot of it's confidence, isn't it? I think if Harry has scored that chance in the first half that comes off the underside of the bar, it probably is a very different game. You can see at that point the lads are full of confidence, and sort of by 60-70 minutes maybe there's a little bit of frustration setting in. So is it a case of when that one goal does come, we're going to start sort of clicking a little bit more, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like anything, goals, wins, and that breed confidence. But the lads should take confidence in what they've done already this season, what they've done over the last 18 months or so. And that's the thing I said to them in there. I was like, don't be too disheartened because, the ball, second phase, has come in the box and it's come back across, and, we can clean it up. We want to protect the middle of the goal. I get that. But it's not like we've been completely picked apart at times, Yes, we know they're going to turn it on the channel and they're going to be physical and they're going to put the ball in the box. But we dealt with that well. It's just a couple of things that we need to smooth up on. And obviously in possession stuff, we'd like to have had more control. But ultimately, slight changes in what we're trying to do, and the opposition as well in the way they defended made it harder. And yeah, there's nothing we can change now other than look, assess, and then go again.
Yeah, Wimbledon on Tuesday night, potentially a chance for you to sort of assess even more of the squad. So, is that something you're really looking forward to, sort of making some changes, or not necessarily? But again, another chance for you to sort of put your stamp on the team.
Yeah, definitely. I think the lads need it needs an opportunity for the lads who obviously they've taken on the detail, who maybe didn't get as many minutes as they would like or weren't on the pitch, and I think it's fair for them to get an opportunity as well. So then it gives us a chance to assess everyone with a little bit of extra details. Hopefully, we're a bit cleaner in what we do as well.
Yeah, and a first chance for you to meet the Crawley fans today. What did you make of them?
They were fantastic. The reception I got at the beginning, and then obviously I think you can tell why this club's so special in terms of the journey we're on. That even when they're over at the end of the game, as the players and the staff, they've still got to give us a brilliant reception. I think they understand as well. I've spoken to a lot of people, fans, and at the club that this is going to be a long journey. This isn't the case that we're going to turn it around and win every single game in a row. We're stepping up to a big level, and we need to make sure that we keep working hard so that come April, May next year, that's when you see the rewards. And I think for the fans, I just want to say thank you from everyone for the introduction, obviously especially the warm welcome and after the game, because it means a lot. It keeps the spirits high, and it shows that what the lads are doing is spot on, and that it's one of 3-4 games, whatever it may be. Obviously, one game for us. It's not panic stations. We just need to reset and go again.
Thank you, Rob.
Second half seemed to have more control in possession than that. What did you say to the players at the half time?
Just a couple of changes, it wasn't loads. I think do you know what it is, and I think I'll give this to the lads, is that I think they were trying so hard for us to try and implement it that maybe we got carried away from going back to what we're good at in terms of controlling the ball. We just asked them to move the ball sideways a bit more than we normally would in terms of going from one side to the other, switching the play. And a couple of little things, but ultimately, I think when sort of the first half got through and the lads settled down, they settled back into their routine. They were excellent and we controlled the ball. We wanted to hurt them in the final third more. Big Tolik, when he come on, was a big threat and a presence. And Swanee worked hard for the team until then, and we got a couple of opportunities for him. But yeah, it's a case of that football's not just one half, two half. It's over the course of 90 minutes. And I think today probably maybe a little bit of lack of confidence or a bit of uncertainty with a new manager. You say Harry's shot goes in and we defend the goal a little bit better, and probably them two moments make the big difference. Jojo, when we had Jojo didn't have loads to do in terms of saves, made a brilliant save when they turned us over, but other than that it never really felt like we was under siege. It's just that little moments that we'll work on to get better at.
Yeah, we saw Joy come off. Is it too early to tell what injury he's got?
It's probably too early. He has been struggling with his ankle, and fair play to him because he kept training and come through it, but I think he landed awkwardly. So I think it's a case that we'll just assess him and see how he is. He's obviously had an ongoing issue, so it might be that he's just irritated a little bit, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, and Charlie, I thought Charlie, very impressed with Charlie when he came on. He looks as a player that the fans haven't seen much of this season so far, but he did really well for him.
No, I know Charlie really well. One, because he's at Cholton, and two, because we played against him a lot, and he's an exceptional young man. His work rate and his energy and his ability to play, he's a really exciting prospect for us. And I think he gets his chances. Joy gets injured, but all you can ask is to go and do what he did. And I thought he was exceptional. I thought he was excellent. I thought he led the team and he drove us forward.
Yeah, and from what you've seen, the sort of early shoots of it, are you happy with where you are?
Yeah, more than happy. I wouldn't be here otherwise. If one game doesn't change any of that.
No.
And I think we mentioned it before. We can't get too disheartened or too low, because the first game away to a team that's third in the league, it doesn't go exactly our way. But ultimately, we know we can get a lot better than that. And I think the lads probably felt that. But we know that it was through probably a bit of energy trying to do the right thing probably for myself and this coaching staff, and the lads trying to impress. I suppose maybe a little bit. And we just first half got too carried away, went forward too quick. But when it settled down second half, we saw that nice routine, keeping the ball. Obviously teams at this level, the strikers, the forward players have obviously gone up a level again, and it's going to take time to adapt to that. And we're not, like you said, I'm not going to sit here and get emotional and get too low. I think it's just the consistency that we'll keep working with the boys on.
Brilliant, thanks Rob.
No worries.
Cheers.
With Gary now.
Oh,
it's me, yeah, thank you.
Cool.